Regina here on the Animation Creators Club has asked about good explainer video soundtracks, and I wanted to share this technique with you that I have stumbled on. It's a real zinger of a technique. I'm really excited about the potential of this, and there's nothing to buy here. I'm not selling anything. If you follow what I do, you'll be potentially buying some audio as I show you here, but I'm not going to make any money. There's no affiliate sales here, anything like that. And this is the sort of thing that if you're like me, you're going to be doing, over the next, when you need it. Okay. So, but I want to share with you, something that really took my music to another level, and the effectiveness of adding music to my videos. Now, a lot of, here we've got, Grant is kindly suggesting that free stock music, you can also go to Creative Commons, and if when you're on a budget, these are things that you should absolutely take advantage of. If you can't afford what I'm about to suggest, which is basically $19 a soundtrack. From my perspective, I'm always kind of there's a series of kind of things that come into play. One is I don't want to take a ton of time. If I ever want to share with people how stupid I've ever been, I share with them the fact that I used to have $20,000 to $30,000 of music equipment for making background music loops for games. It was stupid expense. I really, and it's time consuming, incredibly time consuming to learn those things. And I really have a good perspective on what it takes to make soundtracks. Especially when you're investing in all that gear. I don't have any of that gear anymore. Pretty much can replace it with what's on an iPad these days, but even that is too much time. I'm always looking for something quick and easy. If I'm using the free sources, I have done this a couple of times. It'll be hours of time listening to sound. So what I want is something that I can find quickly, but I also want to take advantage of this cool new technique I'm going to share with you. I've employed it in the sales video at Kinetic Text Animator. I suppose you could say I'm this little sneaky kind of thing here, but it just happens to be where I've most effectively implemented this technique so far. And what it is I want to end my video at the same time that I end the music. I want it to feel like the song naturally ended when my video ends, and that has a nice boost of making you feel good. There's a couple of reasons for this. One, we like for things to end. We like to have resolve. One of the reasons why Kinetic Text Animator is effective is that when we are looking at text, we like to see at least the end of a sentence before we kind of cut out, at least mentally. And so if I can get you to watch just that little extra longer, I might be able to convince you to do it again and again and again and again. So it has that subconscious advantage. So that's one of the things. So we want to see resolve, but music, it's even more because we feel music. Music goes through us, not just through our ears, but it kind of goes through our body. So when it ends, when it feels like the song has ended, it is resolved. It feels better than if you just fade it out. So let me show you what I'm talking about here in this. I'm going to point my mic to my computer and just kind of show you what I'm talking about here in this example here. And what I've done is I've queued this up to about 20 seconds in because you really kind of need to get a sense of the song, and that it's, the song itself and that it's ending. So I couldn't do that if it was more like 5 seconds towards the end. So there's going to be a little bit here. I'm not trying to sneak in you watching the sales video or something like that. I just want you to hear the effectiveness of this, and just think of other sales videos we've watched to the end. A lot of us haven't watched very many to the end, but see if you can kind of just feel the difference of this versus just fading out unnaturally in the middle of any old song. So here we go. Oh, I'm going to boost the audio a little bit. Oh, I already did? Okay, here we go. But hey, don't wait to grab Kinetic Text Animator, because we're raising the price a few dollars every time we add a few more animations until we get to the final $47 price. If you grab Kinetic Text Animator now, you'll get new animations and features at no extra cost. So why wait? Join the fun. Get started making videos quickly and easily, because with Kinetic Text Animator, if you can type it, you can create an awesome video. So as you heard there, I ended the vocal just a little bit before the end of the song, but the song clearly ended at the end, and it has it has resolve. And so it makes it feel good. It's a subconscious thing that just makes you kind of go, hey, that fits. And if it fits, and we feel good about it, and it's not feeling unnatural and forced and all that kind of stuff, we tend to respond more to that, and it increases conversions. And so that is a technique that I recommend in any of your sales videos, your ads, and that kind of stuff, whenever you possibly can do it. So the question is, how do I find audio to do that with? Well, let me show you how I do it, at least. I don't use the free sources because I can't use the advantages I'm about to share with you. So one of my favorite places to go is Audio Jungle. I don't have an affiliate link. Please don't, worry about that. Please, use this on this site or any other site that you can find. But what I'm looking for is I want to find something fast. And so I do sometimes use the search feature, and I'll just go ahead and do that first, just so I can show you that you can, whatever. If I'm like the other day, I was making a comic thing. I shared a little comic video on our Facebook group, and I wanted a comic so I looked up comic, and the very first thing I do is I look for bestseller, and that tells me, it gives me social proof. It's got a lot of sales here. I'm not sure which one of these is sales. I think it could be that one. And so that tells me it's worth listening to, because a lot of other people have found it being worth listening to. If it's not very good, it generally has fewer views and or listens as well. It's not always the case, of course, but there's social proof that, man, a lot of people like that one. So I'm pretty sure I've actually bought that one. But I actually go to All Items Popular Files. And it does a couple cool things. One, it shows the weekly top sellers, and if I go down here, it shows the 3 month. And I look at this and I go, if 1,800 people bought this, that means 1,800 people listened to it. They thought it was compelling. It's worth my time to check it out. So when I'm at the end of my video, I'm eager to finish my video, right? I've spent a lot of time with my video. Actually, these days, less and less time, because I'm able to do it faster, but still, I'm ready to finish. And so I'm eager to get that soundtrack in there. Now, I have a little principle with myself, and that is that if I have soundtracks and everything, I will use them again. But I try not to do it more than twice a year, because I know that I have repeat customers listening to my videos, and I don't want them to recognize that I use the same song too much. I have done that, made that mistake, and I found that it's better and worth it to have new sounds, and so new backdrops. And so so by now I would have been needing the song. I'm ready to finish my video. I want to be quick, and so I would look at this and go, oh, that's cool. So I would click on it, and so the next thing I'm looking for the lengths of the song. So these days I'm trying to make my videos no more than 2 minutes, or around 2 minutes. A lot of people have recommended 3 minutes or less. I'm even trying to go less than that, and to increase the amount of people who get to the end of my video, which is the most important part usually. What I'm trying to do is, I'm looking for something like that. And here, there's a 2 minute clip right here. This is already recommending it to me. I'm already like, yeah, for sure. This is worth my time to check out. Now, a lot of times when I come on the page, you heard, immediately you start hearing the beginning. And I will kind of just linger long enough to hear like the first 5 seconds or so. And then I will pop right over here to the end. I love this feature because I can, go wherever I want, and I can see how long things are. Like if I want to know how long this is at the end, I can go, okay, well, that's 7:37. So at the end, that's about a minute, right? A little less than a minute long. So I want to get a sense for how long those things are. Because it's valuable to me that there's multiple lengths for different uses. And so here I'm looking at this one. So I would come over here to the end, but just enough to the end so I get a good sense of the loop, and I can hear the ending. And I'm not going to play it because my mic is not pointed there, but I would play it from that point on to preview it. And if it sounded good, then of course I would buy it. And that's a recipe for me to in 5 minutes from when I start to having it in my video. I can usually have it's like I get it in there and I'm able to move on. So that's a real. There's three things I really love about that. One is I don't have to have all that expensive gear that I mentioned earlier, and all that time putting into making music. I have social proof that it's effective and a lot of people like it. So I already know when I put it in my video that it's going to be popular or it's going to do well because it's already got proof that it has. And then I'm able to take advantage of the ending, the song at the end of my video. And so that gives me confidence that I'm going to get a return on my investment because I'm probably going to increase my sales a little bit because I've made more people feel good about making the purchase. And so all those things just really make it a no-brainer for me to go this route. Now, there's probably tons of other sites out there that you can do the searching. I find that Audio Jungle has the benefit of searching by bestsellers, having the popular items, and doing this kind of going ahead and getting a quick sense of what the durations are, and being able to preview an early. So all that combination and a reasonable price. I find $19 to be a perfectly reasonable price for a solidly well-made multi-length soundtrack. It just, to me, it's a no-brainer. And like I said, I'm pretty confident if you employ this technique, make people feel good at the end of my videos, that I'm going to get my money back. And so I saved a lot of time, can be very confident in it, and I boost the effectiveness of my videos. It's a win-win. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope you find that valuable, and thanks a lot for checking this out.